The PlayStation. What a lot of fun. Except for Rocket League. Hello, I'm Faulty Powers, and I'm old. And when you have such a busy life split between work, family and friends, what better way to relax than to spend a couple of hours at night playing such a rich and diverse range of games? Or so it should be, if it wasn't for my absurd pursuit as a trophy hunter. What is a trophy hunter, you may well ask? Well, a trophy hunter is someone that can't just play a game, enjoy it and then move on. Oh no, we feel compelled to waste our time getting every trophy on a game's trophy list, no matter how many hours it takes, how difficult or boring it is, or how moronic they are. Here's some examples of trophies I've done. Productively spent around 50 hours of my life playing 1000 multiplayer matches as Jason in Friday the 13th. How gripping that was. On Dead Space 2, complete the game on hardcore setting. Yes, that one wasn't a problem at all because at no point did that put me in a bad mood or make me swear so loudly it woke my wife up in the middle of the night. And in Metal Gear Solid 2, hear Johnny's bowel noises in 2 locations. Why I spend so much of my limited spare time on something so pointless is beyond me, and it frequently winds me up that I do. Here we are, look, I've still got to take a photo of someone vomiting on Watch Dogs 2. Well, I can't wait for that. That's certainly going to be a gaming highlight and one to savour and discuss with the family over dinner. Is there a point to any of this, you might well be wondering? Well, not really, no. But my thought has been to put together a weekly video where I'll talk about the games I've been on and enjoyed, and then get off my chest those trophies that have wound me up and made me use bad words. A bit like a trophy confessional. So let's get on. What's upset me this week? Call of Duty World at War Veteran. I started this last year getting all the zombie trophies done on my own, which I actually really enjoyed because, unlike Call of Duty Black Ops that I completed years ago, you can actually pause this one to go and get a nice cup of tea. This year I happily returned to complete the campaign on regular difficulty, and it didn't take me too long to get done as it felt really satisfying shooting lots of people in the face after a long day at work. The only trophy that made me a bit cross was on Vendetta, probably my favourite mission of the campaign. I just want to show you the introduction because, for me, it perfectly captures the game's atmosphere.
I need your help.
The trophy in question is Gunslinger, where you're given a high-powered rifle to shoot a very bad man named General Amsel from a very long way away indeed, and instead of using it, the trophy asks you to put it to one side and shoot him with a weak and pathetic pistol. I spent 2 bloody hours on this, threatening my television a number of times and complaining how ridiculous it was and that I was not going to carry on. The television as always remained quiet and unconcerned, knowing I was full of empty threats, and of course it was right. I eventually got the shot, the screen slowed down, the trophy pinged, and I felt delight for a split second, followed by immediate embarrassment at my behaviour. Now all that was left between me, the platinum, and 100% of the trophies was veteran mode. Up to now I'd really enjoyed this game. It's dark, bleak and pulls no punches, but the person who signed off veteran mode I could quite happily toss into a wrestling ring with a large ape. Let's start with the friendly AI. What are they doing? Actually, I can answer that. Nothing. I've had Japanese soldiers run right through the middle of a trench and stick their bayonet in me while Sergeant Worthless stands to one side shooting a tree. I've been hiding behind a rock and suddenly get pushed out into the open because Sergeant Fatso decides he wants to hide behind the rock instead. I've bounced smoke grenades off so-called friendly AI when they get in the way, tried to back out the way of enemy fire only to find that Sergeant Sparkle is now blocking it for no other reason than to raise my anger levels. In short, they may as well not be there. And how on earth we win any battles is a mystery to me, because unlike our derelict soldiers who stand around shooting the soil, the enemies will have your eye out in a couple of seconds if you just so happen to steer through a gap in a nest of tables. Now, don't get me wrong, I knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. The enemies were going to be ruthless, gunshots sometimes won't register, and I suppose I wasn't that surprised that the friendly AI made Sloth from the Goonies look like Professor Moriarty, but there's another factor I had underestimated. One that was frustrating and sent my blood pressure through the ceiling, and that's the grenades. Ask anyone who has completed Veteran which part of the game stands out as the most difficult, and you'll receive a chorus of replies with the grenade spam on Heart of the Reich. Without doubt, this is the hardest mission in the game, and the volume of grenades tossed at you become so farcical it's impossible not to laugh like a maniac as you ebb towards insanity. Here is an example of it in practice, and just listen to the rain of grenades that, for the record, instantly kill you when they explode. This lunacy and the hours spent on it nearly sent me over the edge. Even the television started to become concerned at my well-being as I shook my fist vigorously in the air at nothing in particular, used extremely colourful language, and even hurt my back getting out of my chair when I moved so quickly my body wasn't ready for it. What a ridiculous sight I must have been. I got there in the end, my pride and dignity once again in the gutter, all for a digital trophy.
Must now be won.
God of War. I stuck this on as soon as I'd calmed down a bit from Call of Duty. This game has only ever received the highest of praises, which makes me immediately sceptical. A game can't be that good, can it? I've only just started my journey and I'm running through it on Give Me a Challenge, as I want to feel like I'm getting the most out of it. And although it's early days, it seems to be living up to its prestigious title of Game of the Year for 2018. I'm sure I'll be talking about this in future videos, but so far, it's not made me grumpy. Final Fantasy XIV. This week I've become a ninja, although I don't really know what difference that has made, except I'm now a nin and not a rog. When it comes to quests I normally skip most of the dialogue because it's really uninteresting, but I did catch the tail end of one conversation and felt sorry for the little dwarf when he told me he'd been hit in the knob. Oof. We all know how that feels. Actually, I got a trophy as well for participating in PvP, which was quite possibly one of the most baffling things I've ever done. It was like watching the Epcot Centre illuminations, but during the daytime, and with people running around in circles. It looked really silly, and before long I was dead, and then I just turned it off. Family and friends. I've been online with a few friends to play Grand Theft Auto 5, a game I got all the online trophies for last year, including the infamous Criminal Masterminds trophy, so now I can play this for fun, which so far has never materialised. I didn't mind the 4-player stuff we did, whatever it was, but as soon as it went to multiplayer against the general public, I silently excused myself and went through some of the paperwork on my desk until it was all over. Lastly, one of my favourite moments this week has been playing a couple of games with my easily distracted 6-year-old daughter. Say hello, sweetheart.
Hello!
And do you think Daddy is good at computer games?
No.
Oh, bless you. I love your honesty, but you're wrong. She played around 10 minutes on Ratchet and Clank, swimming and diving and laughing at close-up of Ratchet's face and his fluffy tail, then slid down in a chair bored. Our attention then turned to WipEout, the Omega collection, or as she likes to put it, the spaceship game. We got a good 5 minutes out of this, then partway through a time trial she went downstairs to get a drink and completely forgot about it. Well, that about wraps things up. Before I go, I wanted to quickly mention my ever-expanding backlog. These are games that I've bought but not yet started, which is an unavoidable side effect to trophy hunting. It's currently sitting at 133 games. Yes, 133. I'm determined not to buy any more games until I get to some of those I already own. If I do, then I'm going to declare it here to hopefully shame myself into stopping. Thanks for watching, and I hope this insight into the world of an ageing trophy hunter has been an enlightening one and has put you off the very idea of trying it yourself. I'll see you next time, where I'm sure I'll have more to moan about.